Pleasure to be here tonight, guys. I'm Peter Coppinger. I'm the CEO of Teamwork. And at Teamwork, all our well-conceived plans went out the window and the world was suddenly forced into what we call the great remote work experiment. We suddenly found ourselves out of pocket with all these beautiful offices and very little to show for it. And like every company, we also faced numerous other challenges across every facet of our business. And we had to really stop and rethink our entire strategy. Now, we could already feel the impact on sales. We made the unprecedented decision to scale back our spending and to lay off some staff. In the end, we let 22 people go out of a staff of 250 people. And to be honest, it's the hardest, toughest thing I've ever done in my entire business career. And like every company, our next challenge was really fully adopting to remote work, first of all, but also to start the healing process for our teams that were impacted by the layoffs and the negative impact it had on our culture. I think for everybody, at first, remote work sounds intriguing. You know, you've zero commuting, you've more time with your family, your friends, and yourself, which is often overlooked. But there's a lot of downsides as well. So first of all, there's work coordination and communication challenges. You often have a less than ideal work environment. There's lack of real interaction with other humans and, often risks and feelings of isolation. Another big challenge we've seen is that when you're not talking face-to-face, there's a real risk of text-based miscommunication. And we've seen that lots of challenges when you're not talking face-to-face. The very first thing we did was to reassure every employee that at Teamwork, we have their backs and we're considerate of their personal circumstances at home. The next thing we did was we started a weekly 30-minute long meeting, which for fun we called our COVID catch-up. And this was moderated by our internal video producer, Vic, and had a simple format. First of all, we shared company numbers transparently and gave company updates such as new employee announcements. Second of all, we got a different team member every week to give us an update on some area of the company that they're working on and exciting projects and so on. And the last bit was we had a bit of fun. So we do things like have fun polls, quizzes, and we tried to make it as interactive as possible. And it's actually been a great boost for both our transparency in the organization and also has actually helped improve the culture in the company. Beside our company culture, we focus on keeping everything, our productivity humming along. And fortunately, with our set of tools at Teamwork, it wasn't too disruptive for us. It's business as usual. We use Teamwork to coordinate all our day-to-day tasks and our project work. And we say that if something isn't in Teamwork, it doesn't exist. Big challenge we did find is that new employees can no longer lean on and learn from each other in the office. But this too is an opportunity to get more organized and build scalable systems with better training programs like dedicated onboarding projects, internal certifications, buddy systems, and a culture of more regular and better one-to-ones. For many people, work is their most significant social interaction, and working from home has been particularly challenging. We've tried to do our best to mitigate this by continually reminding all our team leads to check in one-to-one with all our staff with random phone calls and so on, and just really work hard to make sure everyone's in a great place. The end result is that we've actually used this entire situation as an opportunity to improve our culture and get more organized. We recently ran a staff survey on their work preferences when COVID passes. Most employees want to continue working from home with the option to come to work 2 days a week for the social aspect. I've talked to other CEOs and company founders and CTOs and so on, and this is consistent across every company we know. We think the world is forever changed by this, and we certainly at Teamwork will be switching to a remote first mindset, and we'll likely use our offices as corporate headquarters, meeting places, training centers, and we're going to allow our staff to work from anywhere. So the lockdown and the past 7 months have opened our eyes. Remote working is here to stay. You can hire the best talent anywhere in the world. You can onboard them remotely. You can create a sense of belonging and scale your culture remotely. You can take a human-first approach and respect people's work circumstances at home. You can plan and manage work through appropriate systems and processes, and you can actually boost employee engagement and put systems in place to avoid burnout. I think a lot of companies that have not fully leaned into remote work and putting processes in place now's the time, because this isn't going away. If you don't lean into remote work and adopt it fully, you're going to lose your employees, because the world is forever changed. My co-founder Dan and I agree that this has been our toughest period in business, but we are optimistic about the future and we feel we've emerged as a stronger company.